And there's a guy that just had to draw his last fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then, what are we talking about? It ain't really nothing to even talk about. It is what it is. I ain't tripping. You know, it's funny to me. It's all jokes.
A lot of people go in there and they're very obedient to Tank's power. And Lamont wasn't there that night. Lamont wasn't having it. And he said he wasn't having it. He said it before. Y'all tripping. Y'all must be really like tripping. So make it rough for anybody. But you know, Tank is a different animal too. So it's a great fight. That's why everybody want to see it. We can't just look at it and say, oh, he gonna win, oh, he gonna win. No.
Lamont Roach shocked the boxing world by standing toe-to-toe with Tank Davis and nearly stealing the victory. Some even argue Roach won up to 7 or 8 rounds, while Davis took a voluntary knee in round 9, an unusual move that wasn't even ruled a knockdown. The result? A majority draw that sparked outrage, confusion, and endless debate. Shakur Stevenson summed it up best.
I think
They announced it today?
So what do you think, considering you were one of the handful of people to pick Lamont Roach, giving him a tough fight, what do you think?
I think it's dangerous for him to go back in there and fight Lamont. I think Lamont is a hell of a fighter. I can see that going left. So he better be on his A game.
Did you think Lamont won the first fight?
154 and fight.
I asked 2 questions at the same time. I ain't hear shit y'all just asked.
Do you really want to move up to 154 after this fight?
Best. That fight was too close to call. Lamont made it rough. Tank's a different animal, but Roach didn't care. He didn't back down. That's dangerous. Now, both fighters are returning with more than just a score to settle. They're fighting for legacy. Part 2. Shakur Stevenson's warning. Shakur Stevenson, one of the most skilled fighters of this generation, didn't mince words. I think it's dangerous for Tank to go back in there with Lamont. Roach is a hell of a fighter. He already showed he wasn't scared of the power. This could go left if Tank isn't 100% on his A game. Stevenson, who has eyes on fighting either man, added, "Me and Tank, that's the biggest fight in boxing. But if he slips again, it might not even happen." Part 3. Tank's silence and transformation. Unlike Roach, who's been active on social media and in interviews, Tank has gone silent, training behind closed doors, cutting distractions, and showing up in the gym physically transformed. Muscular. Intense.
Roach, what are we expecting from this fight?
Well, we're expecting Gervonta to just continue to show us his dominance and show us who he really is. It's really a coming out party for Roach, but we kind of ever seen him alive. So he gets to show people what he has too. And usually when you get 2 guys who are boxers amateurs, it's going to equate to a good fight for the first few rounds. Or then when the pro round takes over, we'll find out, has Roach adjusted to being a pro yet, or is Tank too superior as a pro? And that's where the difference will come in at.
Roach is coming up on weight that, a lot of people keep on saying that's a very big disadvantage for Roach. His power might not transfer to, to this weight class. What do you got to say about that to the critics?
Well, I ain't really got nothing to say to the critics because most of the time they don't know the hell they talking about no weight, but I was able to carry my weight from 154 to heavyweight. You know how to do it right, then your weight, your punch will come through. You don't know how to do it right, then yeah, you're going to lose your punch. So if he's a good, fundamentally sound fighter with a punch, you're going to have a punch at 130, you're going to have a punch at 140. If he's not really fundamentally that sound, then he won't. That's why Tank was able to jump around. Tank fought between 130 and 140, whatever weight he wants to. Why? Because he's a great fundamental puncher. So his punch can be the same no matter what weight he got on. If you are fundamentally sound, that don't matter. But if you're not fundamentally sound, then yeah, when you move up the weight, you're going to lose your punch.
Locked in. Then came the cryptic tweet. Somebody is in trouble. Boxing fans and insiders took notice. Roy Jones Jr. put it bluntly. Tank's not just a puncher. He's a beast. He can switch gears mid-fight. If he's locked in like this, you're in danger. Part 4. The criticism and motivation. Critics say this fight was cherry-picked. That Tank pick.
Is the rematch happening or what? Because I'm ready to see a motherfucker get knocked out again. I'm not here to debate because y'all really go neck and neck for this for the rest of the tournament on who y'all think really won, who y'all think should have won, who y'all think didn't win. This is probably one of the biggest debates that will never be solved. Well, they put up a good fight. I'm not going to lie, y'all, but damn near seemed like it was set up for them to have another match. Because exactly what Lamont did to Tank the whole first half, that's what Tank did to Lamont the whole second half. So what the fuck? It literally went neck for neck. I feel like it was a tie in my opinion. So hard to even say that though because you just see so much demolishment from one and then for it to flip to the other and it just just had your mind like, what? Just really had your mind blown. Like, what the fuck? I feel like when it came to the decision of the fight, a lot of people were real biased. A lot of people definitely went off of just their personal opinion of the person, their history of liking the person, not off of the fight itself. I will admit that really going into this fight, the first time, I thought Lamont was going to get his shit knocked off. I thought Tank was going to do him in. Now, although Tank did really show him something at the second half, I'm not going to lie, Lamont had him. He stuck with him the whole 12. You know anything about boxing, especially boxing a motherfucker like Tank, you know that it's to flex the last 12 rounds just as much as it is to beat a motherfucker. The fact that Lamont lasted 12 rounds with him was really getting up, I'm not gonna lie, stinging shit, all 12. It showed that this next match gonna really show who the fucking winner was. I do gotta say, Tank probably gonna come ready for him, but the fact that Lamont came ready for him, as ready for him as he did last match, I ain't gonna lie, I'm scared for both of them. This should be bigger than the Super Bowl, I'm not gonna lie. They say it's supposed to be happening in the summer, which would be a really good way to kick off the summer. And I know these two got a vengeance out for each other. Regardless of growing up together and fighting together, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. The way that fight went down, I'm not gonna lie, I really feel like this is gonna be history. Like, I can't wait to watch this shit again.
Picked Roach because he's beatable. That it's about the money. That is ducking names like Shakur and Haney. Even British star Conor Benn questioned. Why is he still fighting Roach if he's thinking of retiring? Either chase greatness or walk away. Lamont Roach isn't buying the easy fight talk. You think I'm a...
What would be your hardest matchup? Devin Haney, Tank, or would it be Ryan Garcia?
Nah, Ryan, just X him out. He's trash. It's gonna be Tank. I ain't say it before, but I'm gonna say it like me and him the big fight.
Cakewalk. You're in the wrong game. He picked me because I'm the toughest fight he's faced. And he knows it. Part 5, Technical Breakdown. The first time, Roach came with pressure, a stiff jab, sharp counters, and he wasn't afraid to take the fight to Tank. But most importantly, he didn't break. He didn't fold. Davis, meanwhile, looked off. Passive early. Too reliant on counters. The rematch is all about course correction. As his team says,
Me and Tank, it's the biggest fight in the world.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be the biggest boxing fight in the world when it happens. I can see it happening not too far in the future.
Really?
I can see it happening. I don't think, like, I think Tank will sign that contract.
Dang.
And I'm going to sign a contract too, so it's
then
like,
you're gonna get it on.
Yeah.
the game plan wasn't the problem. Execution was. Expect Tank to be more active, more aggressive, going to the body early and trying to make a statement. Part 6, What's at risk? This isn't just a rematch, it's a career crossroads. If Davis loses again, doubts will explode. His status as a top-tier draw, in jeopardy. His future mega fight with Shakur, slipping away. His aura of invincibility, gone. If Roach wins.
Who have Shakur? What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him.
Who that?
The Keyshawn looking way more better than this. I keep screaming his name. He haven't done nothing. Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
So what do you say to those who
Y'all
might
keep
be
saying his
afraid?
name for?
So what do you say to those who might be saying that, you know, Tank is afraid of Shakur?
Afraid of what? Afraid of what? Us fighters, if we're afraid of somebody, it gotta be somebody hitting us and hurting us. Like, he don't have no offense. Everything is defense. Defense only win in basketball and football. That shit win in boxing.
He becomes a star overnight. One of the best comeback stories in modern boxing. Part 7, The Streets Are Talking. One fan said it best. This is bigger than the Super Bowl. They've been rivals since they were kids. Same gym. Same block. Now, it's personal. And Tank's silence. Terrifying. We've never seen him this quiet. Not even trash talk. Just work. If I were Roach, I'd be a little nervous. A focused Tank is a dangerous Tank. Final thoughts.
Client, why would I allow you to fight these fights just for you to knock somebody out if it's not a numbers game?
Good question.
The money.
That's the only number that matters.
The money.
Yes.
Okay, so let's get into it. Speaking of money, lots of people have talked about, oh, he's doing this fight for money, and Tank is strategically picking him because in the amateur world, you guys fought twice, right? And you lost, what, both times in the amateur fight. So are you all friends? Are y'all cordial? First, what's the relationship?
We're cordial.
You're cordial.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
He cool to me.
he's cool to you.
Yeah.
And you haven't heard that he said anything differently.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He has.
Nah, he hasn't.
He has
Yeah,
not.
that's what I'm saying. I'm
Right.
confirming that he hasn't said
He has
anything
not said
different.
anything differently.
Mm-hmm.
So does it confirm people's suspicion that he purposefully picked you, not only because you're cordial, but because he believes he's gonna knock you out, get the purse, and then you walk away with a nice piece of change?
I mean, you're in the wrong game if you don't think you're gonna beat everybody. Like, anyway, but if you're saying specifically pick me because I'm gonna be an easy cakewalk,
Yeah.
everybody in the world knows that's not gonna happen. I mean, like, that's not gonna happen. Him personally, he know that. I think he chose me because I am gonna be one of the better opponents that he's faced in his entire career, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Terrifying. We've never seen him this quiet. Not even trash talk. Just work. If I were Roach, I'd be a little nervous. A focus tank is a dangerous tank. Final thoughts. August 16th, Las Vegas. 2 men. 1 ring. No controversy this time. Only one will rise. Tank versus Roach 2. Who you got? Let us know in the comments. And stay tuned for full fight week coverage, analysis, and breakdowns.